All right, welcome to English for Kids. Welcome back, and we have Nizzy with us again. Hello, Nizzy.
Hello.
And today we're going to do a story. And today's story is, can you see it?
Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel.
I remember this story.
Yes, I like this story. Let's start, okay?
Okay.
Once upon a time, a brother and a sister named
Hansel and Gretel.
Yes, and they lived in a
hut
in the woods with their father. Their father was a poor woodcutter. His wife, their mother, had died. Ooh, that's sad. When the two children were very young, their mother passed away. Okay, passed away means they died. Okay,
I know.
it's a nice. So if
You
someone,
think it's nice?
I mean, it's no. I didn't say it's. I think it's a nicer way to say died. Like, oh, she passed away, instead of saying she's dead or she died. It sounds. It's like a better way to say
Okay.
they died. Okay.
Okay.
It's not nice. Okay. Hey, you're throwing me off here. Where were we? Oh, okay. Their father thought he would not be lonely anymore when he finally remarried. Oh, they got another mommy. So, when they get another mom, they don't call them mom. They call them something else. They call them, do you know what
Stepmother?
Say that word again.
Stepmother.
Yes, the stepmother. So the new stepmother made life very hard for Hansel and Gretel. The children were not allowed to eat until after the stepmother had taken everything she wanted off the plates. Whoa, what a greedy woman. So it's time to eat. And then you have to wait for the stepmother to pick what she wants to eat first. And then it will be your turn.
That's horrible.
That is horrible. So most of the time, there was only like a crust of bread left. You know what the crust is?
A little bit?
You know the bread
Have crust.
outside the brown, the darker brown stuff.
Oh, I know it.
The stuff you always cut off.
Yeah?
Okay, so imagine the stepmother only gave you that to eat and she ate the white part of the bread.
What?
Yeah, you like to eat that, right?
I like to eat that white part.
The bread, the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was not nice. Hansel and Gretel did not like the stepmother. And all day, they had to do chores for the stepmother. Do you know what chores are?
To do like wash the plate like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like wash the dishes. What other things? Clean the toilet.
Ew.
Sweep the floor.
Oh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Dust the shelves.
Mhm.
Vacuum the floor and everything. Just a bunch of cleaning. Maybe fold clothes. Okay, so Hansel and Gretel tried to tell their father about this, but he would not listen to them. He would not believe it. They're like, "Oh, Dad, this new woman, this stepmother, she's horrible." But he did not believe his children. What do you think about that?
I think but his children.
It's his children.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dad isn't so cool. I don't like this dad.
Me too.
Or maybe he's just too scared of the stepmother, hey?
Maybe?
Maybe. It seemed the only one he would listen to was his wife. Oh, yeah, the stepmother. And all the stepmother talked about was how much trouble it was to have children in the hut, and how much she wished they would go away forever.
What? You treat like a maid.
Yeah, they treat the kids like a maid, like
And-
slaves, even worse, slaves. She was not a nice woman. She wanted to get rid.
Of them.
Yeah! So each day, there was less and less food for the boy and girl to eat. And yet the stepmother gave them more and more work to do. Less food and more work.
What?
Yeah, one day Gretel begged her father. Gretel's the girl. She begged her father, "Please, father, all day long we worked hard and we're hungry." But stepmother, whoa, slapped her in the face. "You ungrateful brats," she yelled. "You will eat us out of the house and home." Well, what a mean woman, right?
Evil.
Evil, yeah. We should slap her instead, hey?
Yeah.
That night, the two children were not allowed to sleep in the hut. You know, hut means like a small house.
I know.
Yeah, there's a hut that... I don't like huts, but there's one hut I like. Pizza Hut.
What?
But I wouldn't want to live in a hut. Hut means a very small house. So they got kicked out of the hut. Outside in the cold, they shivered and they hugged each other to try to keep each other warm. Winter was coming, and the clothes they wore were so thin it felt almost as if they had no clothes on at all. They were just freezing outside. Oh, they shivered. Shivered means you're do you know what shiver means? Like you're shaking. And you're shaking because you're so cold.
Mm-hmm.
You ever like feel so cold and you start shaking?
Maybe.
That's like shivering. So they shivered and tried to keep each other warm. Wow, that doesn't look fun at all.
Yeah.
The next morning the sun rose. Gretel turned to her little brother. "Hansel," she said, "we cannot stay here. We must escape now, today in the woods. Surely we will find more to eat when we're on our own than what we get here at home." "Do you think?" said Hansel. "But what if we get lost?" And Gretel said, "Nah, we won't. I will take bread." She took some bread and she started to drop little trails of bread. Do you know why she dropped a little trail of bread?
If they lost,
If they get lost?
they can find a way home.
Yeah, they can follow the bread and then find the way home.
But they don't want to go home.
I don't know. Let's see what happens. So two of them went off into the woods and left their hard life behind. They went deeper and deeper into the woods. Gretel was careful to drop the crumb, and then after a bit, another, because she didn't want to waste it all. But they looked and looked for signs of something to eat. They were looking for things. What can you eat in the forest anyway?
Apples?
Maybe an apple or a pear tree, or maybe some nuts, or some even some
Dried berries?
maybe some dried up berries. I don't know. But they were looking around. They were looking around in the forest for something to eat, but they didn't find anything. They got hungrier and hungrier. At last, poor Hansel and Gretel knew they had to go back to their hut, or they would surely starve. Do you know what starve means?
Really, really hungry.
Yeah, so hungry that it hurts. and so hungry that you would die. So some people say, oh, he's gonna starve to death. So he won't have any food. If he doesn't eat, he'll die. And he'll get so hungry. Or if you want to say like, oh, I'm super hungry, you could say, I'm starving. I'm starving. Okay, back to the story. So they would just need to find the breadcrumbs. Gretel put the breadcrumbs on the floor, right?
Yeah.
She could just follow them back and find her way home. But when they looked for the breadcrumbs, there were none to be found. What happened?
Did someone eat it?
What?
Someone eat it?
Someone ate it. Who? You?
No.
What do you think would eat the breadcrumbs?
Birds?
Probably some birds. Some birds swooshed down and pecked all the breadcrumbs. Hansel and Gretel were stuck with grief, and they were sad and confused. Oh no! The birds must have taken all the breadcrumbs. And then they heard something even worse. Oh! What was that?
It's a wolf.
A wolf, yes. The sun was setting. That means the sun was coming down. Hansel and Gretel, they were lost and hungry. Now they were scared too. Gretel, whispered Hansel in fear. What will we do? She did not know what to say. All she could do was to hug her little brother. Each minute was getting darker and darker. And again, the wolf howled in the distance. All of a sudden, Gretel saw a small light shining far away. Could it be someone's hut this deep in the woods? We must find out, cried Gretel. Maybe whoever lives there is kind and will take us in. So they kept walking and walking. Wow, there was a colorful house. When they got closer, they could not believe their eyes. If you can imagine, from top to bottom, the hut was made of, do you know what it was made of?
Candy!
Candy. And the roof was made of
Really?
gingerbread cookies. It's like a cookie
I know.
with frosting all over the walls, like icing, like sweet white icing and candies and frosting and cookies and lollipops.
Lollipops.
What? This looks crazy. In the middle of the forest, and a giant marshmallow for a chair outside. Gretel, cried Hansel. Before Gretel could say, I bet it will be okay if we just have a little taste, both of them were already biting the house, licking, breaking small pieces off the house and eating it. And then a sharp voice, Who is nibbling on my house? Hansel turned around and saw an old witch. Ugh.
It's disgusting.
It's kind of scary. Uh-oh, they were a little bit scared. Please, ma'am, she said. There was so much candy on your house and we were so hungry. You have that right, my house, snapped the witch. Her voice dropped. Well then, said the witch, in a gentler tone, come inside. I'll get something for you to eat. Whoa. Do you want to go inside the house, Nizzy?
Maybe no.
Uh-oh.
Maybe yes.
She looks very suspicious. This is not, I wouldn't go in. It's got to be a trap.
Yeah.
Hansel and Gretel looked at each other. They were happy. And they got tricked. They went inside. They hopped into the witch's hut. Oh, a fine meal of soup and bread was on the table. And they licked and ate everything. They were so hungry. And they looked around the hut. The brother and sister saw. Wow. Uh-oh. Wow. Whoa. Wait. Something's wrong. They saw something that didn't look right. They looked in the corner. Piles and piles of bones in the corner. The two children were very tired, and then they fell asleep. Uh-oh. What are those bones? That's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
The next morning they woke up. Hansel found himself locked in a cage. The witch roared, "That's where your brother will stay. Every day I will fatten him up, give him more food to eat so he'll get very fat, and then I will eat him. He'll make a fine dinner." She laughed and laughed, rubbing her hands with a grin. "Till then," she said to Gretel, "you will work for me." Oh man, Gretel has to do more work again. This is not fun. She just got away from her stepmother. So indeed, Hansel was fed and Gretel worked hard all day doing chores. Not for the stepmother this time, for the witch. Each morning, the witch said to the boy, "Okay, listen to this. Show me your finger. I will feel how plump and fat you're getting." Oh, because you know why?
For the old witch could not see well.
Yes, she cannot see very well. Oh, okay, this might be a chance, an opportunity. Hansel held out his finger as he was told, and the witch smiled when she felt that Hansel was getting fatter. "Gretel!" Hansel. Oh, wait. "Gretel," said the witch. "Go get your brother some more food, and after that, do some more cleaning." "Yes, witch," said Gretel. But later on, the brother said, Sister, Gretel, what are we going to do? When I get fat enough, the witch is going to eat me." The sister did not have a plan yet. She kept thinking and thinking, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? One night, Gretel had an idea. She picked a bone from the corner, from that pile of bones, and she gave it to Hansel. She said, "Next time the witch asks you to see your finger, hold this bone out and let her touch this instead." So the next morning, he did that. When the witch wanted to touch his finger, Hansel gave the witch the bone. And the witch said, "Hum!" said the witch, touching the bone, thinking it was the boy's finger. "Oh no, this is gonna take longer than I thought. You feel like you're getting thinner." "Good," said Gretel. "Now I have a little bit more time to think." So each morning the witch would ask Hansel to show her his finger. One day the witch was so hungry, she said, "I will not wait another day. The boy will be my dinner tonight. I don't care how skinny he is, I'm going to eat him." So the witch ordered Gretel to make a
Fire?
yes, in the oven at once. She made it very, 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 very hot. Gretel worked as slowly as she could.
Why?
But why was the witch looking at her with such a sly smile? Oh, she had an evil idea. Okay. So, the witch wanted Gretel to go inside to see if it was hot enough. Why would you go in the oven to check?
Why?
Yeah, you know what the witch wanted to do?
Eat her?
I think the witch wanted to push Gretel
Yeah.
in the fire and cook her too. Ugh. But Gretel was smart. She knew what the witch was thinking. So, Gretel says, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you show me? And the witch got angry. This is how you check the oven. And she stuck her head and looked into the oven. But as she's doing that, Gretel kicked her in the bum. Boom. And pushed her into the oven and then slammed the door, closed the door, locked it. Ah! And the witch got cooked to smithereens, cooked into ashes, and until there was nothing left. And then she went to save Hansel. Gretel, cried Hansel, you saved us. And then she got the key and got Hansel out of the cage. Wow. And then she found, you know what? Hansel and Gretel, before they left, they looked around the house. They found a big bag of money and jewels and rubies and diamonds. Whoa, we're rich. Let's get out of here. So they ran away as far and as fast as they could. And they found, on the way home, they found a horseman. And they gave a little bit of money to the horseman. And the horseman rode them back to their father's house, the hut. And when they saw their father, the dad was so happy. The father was so happy. He said, I was so worried that you guys disappeared. And you know what? The stepmother died. She passed away. So it's us again. And they were so happy. And Gretel pulled out the bag of money and gave it to her father. And that was even better, because now they could buy a bigger house and they lived together happily ever after, without that evil stepmother and the witch. The end. Yes. Okay. Thank you for listening. That was one exciting story, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you guys liked it, and be sure to check our other stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.